We're going to stay at a 50-50 rotation. That's what we've been in the last 5 years. It just works well for where we're at. I see the markets going up and down, so we still try to stay in a 50-50 rotation.
The plan this year is to have pretty much 50-50 on the corn and soybean side. The last 4 or 5 years we've had a little heavy on corn, do a little more corn after corn. But this year we're going to put a few more beans on some corn after corn ground. We've been getting a little bit of yield drag. And we kept about the same amount of wheat acres as we've had in the past.
I'm not changing my acreage at all, really. I'll keep the same kind of rotations I've been going. I've been predominantly beans, but I think we've got a big enough market in our area with livestock there's a need, and ethanol plants. So I think a lot of it's going to be decision based on what's in your area for guys on what they plant.
For the Farm Bill, we've decided just to go to the county ARC. We did update all of our yields, updated bases. Spent a pretty good time this winter doing that, especially with the different tracks on the farms and things like that. But we got it done in the past 2 weeks, and so we're ready to go.
We haven't really sat down as a family to decide 100% on the way we're going to lean toward the Farm Bill. Had some discussions. My uncle does a lot of that background work, and we've been kind of leaning toward the ARC on the county side. We have to decide whether individual or not would pay for our individual farm, but right now it looks like the ARC county.
Well, I went in and made all my decisions on the Farm Bill, but one of the things that's weighing in is I've got some ground that's new to me that hasn't been in farm programs before, so therefore I don't have a lot of choice. It's been a little bit more selected already, and then the rest I've used my crop insurance history and looking at that, and took a rolling average and see what it was. There wasn't a whole big difference, so I think it's a gut instinct on which one to go with. So, the ARC program seems to be a good one, though.
We've decided to stay in with the Ohio Lakes this year. I know we have to have a lot of bit of refuge problems and things with the Ohio Lakes that we're growing, but this year we're actually going to grow seed for Ohio Lakes for the next year's crop. So hopefully we can get that passed when with them allowing it into the countries. And what it's going to be, I talked to the guys at Pioneer last night, and I mean it's going to go great guns in Ohio, that's for sure.
We've always raised non-GMO beans ever since I was little. Always had a little bit of a premium in the local market, and we've been able to keep our weed suppression down low enough to keep the non-GMO beans on our farm. The only GMO beans we really raise are double crop beans. Corn, most of it's GMO corn, but on the bean side, just to take advantage of the markets, and some varieties that we have that yield pretty good for us seem to be non-GMO.
Well, for me, I'm not changing. I'll be pretty much all GMO product this year, but I don't have a lot of markets available for the non-GMO, and without any storage at home, I'm kind of limited to what I can do, so that kind of controls that decision a little bit more. But when I do have the options, I will exercise them to, try and make the most money I can on the variability.